Well, I'm your next door neighbor. I'm your brother. I'm your cousin. I'm your uncle. For you young guns out there, I'm a dad. Uh, as far as my background, my background is in accounting and business law. But I am an entrepreneur. I'm an author. I'm a writer. I'm a business coach. I'm a leadership consultant at the moment. And most of all, I'm a minister of the gospel through gospel music. Well, leadership is found everywhere. In our home, the home has a leader. In our schools, in government, and everywhere in between. So there is a leader that's charting the course of these organizations. So I got intrigued by leadership. I'm like, what makes a leader, and why are they so effective that they will have followers, and because of them, things are done well, or there's progress in the home, or there's progress in a particular government, or one country is doing better than another country because of the leader. What are the elements? What are the key elements that make these people special? I became intrigued by that, and my father was a very, very good leader too. So that's the background.
And what motivated you to write the Morning Servant Leader?
Yes, because I studied leadership extensively in my own personal journey as an entrepreneur. And I also went to school and studied leadership. I have an advanced degree in leadership. And so when I started to look at different leaders across the spectrum, from corporate leadership to government leadership to governmental leadership, I began to see variations of different type of leaders and the impact they have had on society. Some of the leaders have created chaos in the world. You got World War II, you got Hitler, you got other leaders that have created chaos, but then you have other leaders that have created progress in successful countries, successful companies. So I tried to look at the different types of leadership, and I chose servant leadership because I believe it's the most effective leadership. That's the most effective leadership structure or style, so to speak. As a leader, you don't sit on top, you don't sit on top of the spectrum and just give commands. That's not effective. It has been proven over the years, over centuries, that as a leader, you don't just sit around and just give command. Even in your own home, you can just give commands. Everyone deserves some sort of respect, and everyone deserves a voice. Every company deserves a voice. Every home deserves a voice. So if you believe that your children do not have a voice, you're not a true leader. If you believe in your company that people do not have voices because they don't have titles, you are not a great leader. But if you are a leader who believes that everybody has a voice, and you are able to work equally as these people, and if you lead from behind, you get to see the errors of your people. If you're leading from up front, you don't know what's going on in the background. So that's why leading from behind is very critical. And some of the champions of leading from behind would be President Obama, Nelson Mandela, among other leaders who have led from behind and allow people to actually shine. Well, straight off the bat, a courageous leader in our generation now across continent would be Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. He's a very courageous leader because he went against the status quo to actually fight for liberation of his own people. I know people might have different variation of views, but he knows exactly what his people needed, and the only way he could actually achieve that was to be courageous enough to kick out France. People have depended on France for so many years. Every other leader that came in, they became puppets of the West and stuff like that. So Traore, he was so courageous. He saw how his people were so desperate and living in poverty. Meanwhile, those colonial powers were in their country reaping the resources and getting rich. So he had to garner courage to rescue his own people and chart his own course. So he's the one heck of a courageous leader. Absolutely.
So this is your first book or second book?
This is the first published book. I have a few in the pipe, but this is the first published book.
Okay, so you have some in the pipeline, but this is one that really came out.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a good thing. And
well, humility is one very, very important skill that we must possess, because humility allows you to have empathy. Humility allows you to see the other people's view, right? As a leader, it's not all about you. So the opposite of humility is ego. You have an egotistical leader who has no humility, and his decision is his decision. Some of the leaders in history that I would say lack humility in the greater sense of the world, it'll be some of those that you and I already know. I may not want to call names right now, but you will see an egotistic leader who will believe that it has to be his way or the hard way.
yeah, and what role does faith play in serving leadership, especially in challenging times?
Well, I believe every individual on this earth has some sort of spirituality embedded in them. And so in terms of trouble, when the data cannot give you answers, when you look at your data, you have no answers. You look at your team, you have no answers. In the case of COVID-19 and the Ebola crisis, what do? You have to go back and stand on your feet. There's so many parts of the book that actually reference the Bible. So if faith is your foundation as a leader, you have something to go back on when the data has failed, when your team has failed, when your highest performer on the team for some reason disappears. You have to tap into faith and intuition ties together.
Wow.
So as a leader, you need that. You certainly need a background. Leadership is very dynamic. During my time, being very active in music, I did implement a lot of leadership skills during those times. The last concert that I had, it was with Betrayal in New York, and after that concert, I haven't had any other concert. The concerts will come though, and I was able to get my group Second Chance to the McDonald's Gospel Fest twice. They were selected out of 40,000 groups. So it really takes leadership to bring together talent, not just talent, but the right talent that will be able to challenge mainstream. So we had about 85% Liberians on the group, and out of 40,000 groups in the United States to be considered in the finalist, there has to be some level of leadership. I'm not saying I am the best leader in the world. I just use some leadership tools.
Okay, how do you personally practice serving leadership in your daily life?
In your daily life, to practice serving leadership is to know that you're always a team. The core of serving leadership is to be a team. Whenever you want to do things all by yourself, you cannot practice serving leadership. Even right now, as we shoot this video, my son is here. He's my team. He did my lighting, and he's recording a secondary take on this project here. Without him, I don't think I would have been effective.
That's right. You got it all right. What kind of business do you own and run on your own?
Personally, I own healthcare companies. I own an accounting firm. I own a real estate firm, a real estate development firm. And I'm an author. I am a motivational speaker. I have a few gigs coming up pretty soon. And I'm a leadership and business coach. That I love to do because I like to see people shine. Basically, who knows what's in the pipeline?
So, with all the businesses, where do you have them? Which city are you in, or what city you have the businesses in?
We have our healthcare companies in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, we We have a few of them in Minnesota. The accounting firm is based in New Jersey. The real estate company is based here in Minnesota and Liberia. We do build homes for Liberians who live in the diaspora. We build homes for them in Liberia. So the deal with our team here, they only deal with the team here in the U.S. And
you pay the money here and you build a house in Liberia?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
It's very interesting because I'm interested.
Okay, let's go. We can have a whole segment on this. It's very interesting. A lot of folks have lost a lot of money in Liberia. We've come with this concept that has been used in Liberia, but those guys who used it in Liberia, they abused it as well. So we are very cost effective, transparent. You deal with me. If anything, you hold me responsible. Do not go to anybody in Liberia. And your keys are given to you here. And if you need to get your buildings in rent, if you want to get your buildings rented out, we can rent it out for you and send your resources out to you here in the U.S. And it takes us. So the building project in Liberia, we have our clients from the U.S. only. So it's a 3-step process. We meet with you. We give you a building plan. We set a budget for you. We both agree on the budget and the building plan. Our team in Liberia, I control them. I have a really, really good partner over there in Liberia, Mr. Solomon, who has over 38 buildings under rent himself. And so our goal is not so much the profit, but to make a difference in our country. And the kind of building structure that we choose is very modern and very cost effective. So you rely on us. We set you up within 3 to 4 months. You have a building that's ready, fully tiled. Throughout the building, you have modern cabinetry in your kitchen, and your keys are given to you here. And you can hire us and give us a management contract, and we can manage your buildings in Liberia and send the rent out to you here. I'm collecting rent from Liberia right now.
So, where is the location and how much somebody can build one house with you guys?
The average house right now, we have a project for $45,000.
How many bedrooms?
So $45,000 will give you 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathroom, fully tiled throughout the house. The bathroom is tiled from floor to ceiling. You have everything that you need in a house, fully wired, ready to go and live in. Ready?
Location?
It can be anywhere in Liberia. We have a project in Broadville right now. That project is actually $45,000. Yeah, we had to work with the owner, and we have another project in Gardnersville right now as we speak, and another in ELWA, where we're building these structures.
So tell me, with all of these different businesses that you have, tell me some of the challenges that you sometimes go through.
Well, some of the challenges that I go through, like every other business person, is sometimes who do you trust? The trust factor has been a challenge, but you can't quit your dream because of trust. I have a business partner in Liberia who actually exploited over 50 grand from me. I sent a 40-foot container with 4 cars in it. I got 0 back, and I just got just talk and promises. Exactly, and that's the reason why we created this concept where we can have transparency. We know what we go through in the U.S. here. I know how you got your money, Vic. I know how Mary got her money. I'm not going to be the individual who is going to take her hard-earned money and not give her the best value. Because my name is on the line to start with. My name is on the line. I respect myself 100%. If I took $40,000 from you, I want to give you a $75,000 value. That's what I want to do. That's our promise to our clients. Well, in our generation, I would consider Obama as a servant leader. Most of what he did in his cabinet was to put his team together, and he knows he's not a scientist. He's not going to make scientific decisions. He's not a technologist. He wouldn't make decisions along those lines. He's not a military general. So he brings his team together and work with them, right? And another person that I would point out would be Liberia's president, Joseph Boakai. I think Boakai has exhibited servant leadership. He's a figure that like to tap into people's expertise and allow them to shine. A servant leader will want you to shine. So I would say those two people, you can do your own research and we can compare notes. I would say Obama in our generation and Joseph Boakai. I'm not endorsing any party or any political position at this point. I'm just evaluating their leadership style. I see Boakai as a man who he may look passive, right? But when he makes decisions, he's very stern. Boakai has introduced this anti-corruption scheme that has suspended over 450 government officials. He has taken a 40% cut in his own salary. He wants to see his country thrive. Joseph Boakai believes in expertise. Joseph Boakai believes that if you come in with your expertise, he wants to honor it. He wants you to shine in your role. He doesn't call the shots as far as your department is concerned. However, if he sees foul play, he will point it out. So his leadership style is a combination of servant leadership, and he's also somewhat a transformational leader, but not in an aggressive manner. He's very subtle with it. We're not sure if he's going to make a dent, but what he's doing right now stands out as a servant leader. Well, Donald Trump is very multifaceted as an individual. So Donald Trump's leadership, number one, he's an authoritarian leader. He leads by authority. Sometimes it's either his way or the highway. And so, yeah. Donald Trump's leadership, it has a lot to do with transaction. He's very transactional, and he would like to transact business and cut deals, whether it has a long-term effect or not. And Donald Trump, he has branded himself to be stronger and bigger than even his own party. So he's able to go against his party and still win. So Donald Trump, he thrives on loyalty. Donald Trump will have you on his team even if you're not a performer, you're not performing well. But if you're loyal to him, you're on his team. You can be a rocket scientist, you can be a rock star. If you're not loyal to him, he's not going to have you on his team. And his leadership style, because it's so authoritarian, is able to undermine the integrity of organization and system that has been in place for many, many years. He's able to challenge the FBI. He's able to challenge the Department of Justice, because it's about what he wants. If he doesn't get what he wants, he uses power and use his authoritarian disposition and his branding. He has branded himself so well that he is a Republican Party.
So, what is the biggest misconception people have about leadership today?
Well, the misconception about leadership today is people believe that as a leader you have to have a title, and you don't need a title to be a leader. You can walk in a room and see a leader who is not called a manager, but their ability to take action, their ability to take initiative. If you enter an organization, you'll see that a person has leadership qualities, but they do not have a title. A person who sees something and just take action and go and take care of it, even if it's not in the job description, you have seen a leader. So the misconception is because this guy has a title, he's a leader. No, he's not a leader. Some people assume different roles as managers, even as president, but they are not leaders. They don't have leadership qualities. And as a result, you see chaos erupt in those organizations. Even in our homes, the leader of our home are men. But sometimes we have dysfunctional homes because the man is in a position where either his position is challenged by the woman, that undermine his ability to lead, or he just doesn't have the quality that is required to lead that organization, which is his home.
How can young people cultivate 7 leadership qualities early in life?
Teamwork. Do not be the hero. Always have a team on whatever you do. 2 heads are better than 1.
So being a hero is a problem.
Yeah, going solo. Yeah, if you want to go fast, you can go by yourself. But if you want to go long and sustain, go with someone. And a team is anywhere from 2 persons to 15 or more. You got a team.
What are some practical steps can an organization take to build a culture of servant leadership?
Every organization, if you want to be effective, every project that you have, build a team around it. There's something called the healthy competition, where if you have 2 or 3 persons working, you're going to feed off of each other's energy. And you can compensate for the guy's weakness, and somebody can compensate for my weaknesses, and we can work together as a team. So every organization, in companies, churches, government, just apply team leadership on teamwork on every project that you have. So what leader is going to take away? Because this took me at least 3 years of research, my own experience. So what I hope that you take away is how to lead yourself first. Love yourself first. To be courageous, manage your time so you're able to do, multiple things that we have, so you don't lose value doing those things. How to be courageous, how to be humble, how to exercise humility, and how to actually tap into intuition. The book talks about intuition. And more than anything else, embrace AI. The leaders today, do not be egotistical. Embrace AI as a tool, and AI will not replace you. It's just going to make you a stronger and better leader. You will be more courageous if you saw your child in harm's way. The courage that you're going to garner is unbelievable. So your why has to be very, very strong. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to save somebody's life? Is there a pain point somewhere that you need to, meet? So your courage actually depends on the magnitude of the goals that you have set. If you set small goals, you're going to have small courage. If you set ambitious goals, courage is going to follow. So please read that chapter. There's a lot of analogies. There's a lot of tools. The chapter on courage, I would certainly recommend that to everyone. The book is everywhere books are sold. Everywhere books are sold. It's on Amazon. We are 411 amongst accounting books, and that's a very high ranking. Right now, you can have the book on Kindle, you can have the physical copy, you can have the audio copy. The book is in both English and Spanish. It's on Apple Books, it's on Goodreads. Anywhere you can find books, you will find The Modern Servant Leader by Emmanuel Randolph Wheagar.
And what final words you have for friends, family, loved ones?
Friends, family, and loved ones, I will tell you this. Put your family first. Do not chase money, chase your family. Chase your family. Do not chase money, but try to improve yourself, I would say. Try to improve yourself every day. Be a better person every day. Be a person of value. Be able to give. Have a spirit of giving. Do not chase money, because whenever you chase something, it's running away from you. But if you're giving value, the money is going to follow you. And some of the way people know that you're giving value is how much do you care about your family? How much do you care about your friends? Are you a trusted person amongst your friends? Because in business people are so smart. They will see a person who is not trustworthy quickly. So let's establish that trust at home. Let's love our family. Let's love our friends. Let's go hard for them. And just do personal development. Read a book every week. Find a self-development book. Work on different areas that you feel that you're weak. Even if you're a musician, if you want to be great, work on your art every day. Overall, even for those of us who are from different countries that come here with accents and stuff like that, try to get different, tutoring that's going to allow you to assimilate, where if you're communicating, you can communicate a lot freer with others who do not understand our vernacular. So self-improvement will be an advice that I will leave here so strongly. We have too many money chasers, and when you're chasing money, your family comes second. Do not make your family come second. If you are rich and you don't have great relationship with your family, you are poor. We can talk about the real estate project in Liberia. Maybe we can do a whole segment on it.
Yeah, that real estate, you have to come back again.
Absolutely. I think it's a pain point, and people are so discouraged. We look at Ghanaians, Nigerians are going home, and they're building their own kingdom. We do not belong in this country. I don't care if you say you came here when you're 2 years old, or this is not our country. We have a fiduciary duty to go back home to where we're from to develop it. But if we have nobody to trust, you become perplexed. I was in the same position. I went to Kenya to start investing or looking into Ghana because I couldn't find anyone to trust in Liberia. So now that I have a trusted partner and friend and brother, and we have established this company, I am the bond. I'm gonna stand your bond. You bring your resources through me. Rest assured, you're gonna have transparency. We're gonna send you videos every single day. Every improvement, you're gonna have it, and you will be happy. Absolutely. But if you want to build a zinc shack, please don't call us. If you want to build something that stands out, that you can go back home and be proud of, you can call us.
All right, man. It was nice having you. And,
Yes, sir.
See you soon, by the grace.
All right, Doc.
All right. Flat out.
Yes, sir. Well, don't be the star, but be the guy who creates stars.